Have you ever wondered what would happen if the master of illusion, Mysterio, got his hands on the incredible power of a Hulk? And who could possibly stand a chance against such a terrifying combination? Well, today we're diving deep into a fan-favorite hypothetical showdown. The brilliant and powerful She-Hulk versus a Mysterio-infused Hulk. Let's call him Mysterio Hulk. This isn't just about brute force. It's a battle of brains, brawn, and psychological warfare. Who would come out on top? Let's break it down. First, let's look at our contenders. On one side, we have Jennifer Walters, the sensational She-Hulk. She's not just a powerhouse with superhuman strength, durability, and a healing factor that rivals her cousin Bruce Banner's. What makes Jen truly formidable is that she retains her brilliant legal mind and sharp wit even in her Hulk form. She's a strategist, a skilled hand-to-hand combatant trained by the likes of Captain America and Gamora, and she has years of experience fighting alongside the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. She-Hulk is the complete package: power, intelligence, and unwavering resolve. On the other side, we have the terrifying concept of Mysterio Hulk. Imagine Quentin Beck, the disgraced special effects artist and master illusionist, somehow gaining access to gamma radiation or a Hulk-like entity. Beck himself is a genius in his own right, but his expertise lies in robotics, chemistry, and hypnotism. He's a master manipulator who preys on his victims' fears and perceptions. Now combine that psychological cunning with the near-limitless physical power of a Hulk. This creature wouldn't just be a raging monster, it would be a thinking, scheming engine of destruction, capable of creating vast, terrifying illusions to disorient and mentally break its opponents before crushing them physically. So, how does this fight begin? Picture this: a city street, chaos erupting as a massive green figure with Mysterio's iconic fishbowl helmet materializes, tearing through buildings. But things are immediately off. The ground beneath She-Hulk's feet might suddenly turn to quicksand. The sky could fill with 1,000 attacking Hulks. This is Mysterio Hulk's opening salvo. He wouldn't engage in a direct fistfight right away. Why would he? His greatest strength is confusion. He would try to overwhelm Jen's senses, making her doubt everything she sees, hears, and feels. He'd project her deepest fears, failing her clients, losing her friends, or even transforming into the uncontrollable rage monster she's always fought to keep in check. This initial phase is Mysterio Hulk's best chance to win. He would create a sensory overload, a nightmare landscape designed to mentally exhaust She-Hulk. He could make her feel like she's shrinking while he grows to the size of a skyscraper. He could create illusory versions of the Avengers, all blaming her for some catastrophe. For any other hero, this might be the end. The psychological toll would be too much. But this is where She-Hulk's unique advantage comes into play. Jennifer Walters is a lawyer. Her entire career is built on cutting through deception, finding the truth in a web of lies, and staying calm under immense pressure. While her senses are being assaulted, Jen's mind would be working overtime. She'd start noticing the inconsistencies. The physics of the illusions wouldn't quite add up. The ground feels like quicksand, but her feet aren't actually sinking at the right rate. The attacks from the illusory Hulks don't have real impact. She's been in the game long enough to recognize the signature of a high-level illusionist. She's fought foes like Loki. She understands deception. Her training with psychics and sorcerers would kick in. She'd begin to filter out the noise, focusing on the core reality of the situation. This is the turning point of the battle. She-Hulk would realize she can't trust her eyes or ears. So what can she trust? The ground beneath her feet, the physical world. She might close her eyes, focusing on her other senses. She could stomp the ground, sending out a shockwave, a thunderclap, and feel for the true source of the vibrations. The real Mysterio Hulk has to be standing somewhere. He has mass. He has weight. The thunderclap wouldn't just be a destructive move. It would be a form of sonar, a way to map the battlefield without relying on sight. It would also disrupt the delicate technology likely powering the illusions, causing them to flicker and fail, even for a split second. That's the moment Jen needs. The instant the illusion wavers, she'd pinpoint Mysterio Hulk's true location. And that's when the fight changes from a psychological thriller to a brutal, physical confrontation. Now, Mysterio Hulk is still a Hulk. He's incredibly strong and durable. This won't be an easy fistfight. He would still try to use smaller-scale illusions, making himself appear to be a few feet to the left, creating illusory weapons, or trying to hypnotize her up close. But once She-Hulk has made physical contact, the game is heavily stacked in her favor. She-Hulk is not just strong, she's a far more skilled and disciplined fighter. While Mysterio Hulk might have the raw, brutish power, Jen has technique. She wouldn't just be trading haymakers. She would be using leverage, targeting weak points, and using her agility to outmaneuver him. Every punch from Mysterio Hulk would be a sledgehammer. But every strike from She-Hulk would be a calculated, precise blow designed to disable and disorient. She could use his own momentum against him, throwing him through his own illusion projectors, further dismantling his primary advantage. The longer the physical fight goes on, the more desperate Mysterio Hulk becomes. Quentin Beck is arrogant. He relies on his intellect and trickery. Being forced into a brawl where he is being outsmarted and outfought would likely cause him to panic. This panic could even affect his control over the Hulk form, perhaps making him more erratic and less focused. She-Hulk, on the other hand, often grows stronger with her determination and righteous anger. Seeing the fear and destruction he's causing would only fuel her resolve. The final blow would likely be a combination of Jen's brains and brawn. She might feign being overwhelmed by one final grand illusion, luring Mysterio Hulk in for what he thinks is the finishing move. But it's a trap. At the last second, she'd drop the act and deliver a decisive powerhouse punch that not only knocks him out, but also shatters his helmet, the symbolic source of his power. The fight would end with She-Hulk standing tall, not just over a fallen foe, but over the fears and deceptions he tried to weaponize against her. So, who wins? While the concept of a Mysterio Hulk is absolutely terrifying and would pose a massive threat to almost anyone in the Marvel Universe, our verdict has to go to She-Hulk. Her unique combination of immense physical power and a sharp, disciplined, and incredibly resilient mind makes her the perfect counter to Mysterio's tactics. She can withstand the psychological assault long enough to see through the lies. And once she does, her superior fighting skill and strategic thinking would allow her to dismantle and defeat the brute force that remains. It is a testament to the idea that true strength isn't just about how hard you can hit, but how clearly you can think when everything around you is a lie. What do you guys think? Could Mysterio's illusions be enough to take down the Jade Giantess? Or is Jen's mental fortitude just too strong to crack? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic showdowns.